Good afternoon, Cross Timbers. Today is Wednesday, March 1st, 2017, and I'm Danny Hernandez.
And I'm Bianca Barajas. On today's show, Tarleton wraps up Black History Month.
And the suspects in a political scandal are finally charged.
These stories, plus more, coming up next on Texan TV.
In campus news, Black History Month's final send-off in Tarleton State University took place with a cultural explosion event. On Tuesday from 7 to 9:30 p.m. in room 125 in the math building, students gathered to attend an event showcase to celebrate Black culture through music. This event included food, games, music, dancing, and more. Throughout the evening, everyone stopped to quiz and talk about an artist that has helped to create an influence in Black culture.
In local news, The Flash today reported that this morning that P&Z approved the request to rezone 2 parcels of land at 2865 West Washington Street in Stephenville, which are currently vacant and undeveloped. Administrator Jeremy Allen said he was happy to share the news that one of the 2 parcels was the proposed future site of Panda Express, which dubs itself a fast casual Chinese restaurant. In other local news, Highway 281 is currently undergoing the long-awaited Super 2 widening project. Construction goes from Interstate 20 to the Hamilton County line. The Stephenville Empire Tribune reports that the 46-mile project will improve safety and mobility by adding approximately 21 periodic 1 to 2 mile passing lanes to the existing highway. Once the periodic passing lanes are completed, there will be an asphalt pavement overlay from Stephenville to the Hamilton County line. This $25 million project is expected to be finished by 2018. For safety during construction, speed limits have been reduced by 10 miles per hour.
And now today's Texas national and international news from the Associated Press. The Texan Senate on Tuesday approved a call for a convention to amend the U.S. Constitution to limit federal power via checks, such as a balanced budget rule and term limits. A call which the state top Republicans continue to support despite their party now controlling the White House and Congress. Under Article 5 of the Constitution, adding an amendment requires a 2/3 congressional vote and then a ratification by 3/4 of the state, or 38. That brought the country all 27 constitutional amendments.
In national news, a storm system that has killed 3 people has moved towards the east. Forecasters are saying that this superstorm has already raked through parts of Arkansas, Iowa, Indiana, Illinois, Ohio, and Kentucky on Tuesday. Wildfires fueled by the storm's winds also destroyed many homes in Texas. Forecasters say that the storm's movement east will put at least 95 million Americans in the path of tornadoes and heavy winds. Emergency responders and emergency response agencies will be on standby until forecasters and meteorologists give the all clear that the storms have subsided.
In international news, the 2 young women accused of smearing VX nerve agent on Kim Jong-nam, the estranged half-brother of North Korea's leader, were charged with murder Wednesday. The women who arrived in court under the protection of masked special forces carrying machine guns are at the center of a bizarre killing at busy Kuala Lumpur airport terminal. Many speculate the attack was orchestrated by North Korea, but Pyongyang denies any role. "I understand, but I am not guilty," Vietnamese suspect Duan Thi Hong told the court in English after the murder charge was read. She looked briefly at the public gallery as she was led out and bowed her head. For more of today's national and international news, we turn to the AP News Minute.
This is AP News Minute. President Donald Trump addressed the nation on Tuesday night, saying he believes that real immigration reform is possible. He urged Democrats and Republicans to work together, but also pledged to vigorously target people who threaten communities in the U.S. Former Kentucky Governor Steve Beshear delivered the Democratic response. He accused Trump of planning to rip affordable health insurance from Americans and of being Wall Street's champion. Water officials say California is on track for one of its wettest winters on record, following 5 years of drought. Officials plan to measure the Sierra Nevada snowpack on Wednesday. And rescue crews near Phoenix pulled an elderly man out of his flooded minivan and onto dry land. The vehicle was stuck in the middle of a flooded river. Sandy Kozel, The Associated Press, with AP News Minute.
For more what's happening in sports this week, we turn to Marquise Daughtery.
Thanks, Danny. In sports news, track and field athlete Rosellis Williams has earned the opportunity to participate in the NCAA D2 Indoor Championships. The event will take place March 9th through the 11th at the Birmingham Complex in Birmingham, Alabama. The sophomore will compete in the high jump. The men's basketball team ended the season with a loss, but will be the number 2 ranked team heading into the LSC tournament. They are scheduled to play Angelo State on Thursday at 2:30 p.m. in Allen. The number 5 seed Texans will play Texas A&M Commerce this Friday for their first game of the conference tournament. In softball, the Texans will play number 7 ranked West Texas A&M at 7:30 p.m. Friday, and a doubleheader is scheduled for Saturday starting at 2 p.m. So come out and support your Texans and Texans. I'm Marquise Daughtery. Anchors, back to you.
Now for today's weather report brought to you by weather.com. It looks like spring has finally made its way to Stephenville with beautiful sunny skies and a high of 64 degrees. As nice as the day will be, don't put those jackets away yet because tonight will be a little chilly with a low of 37 degrees. As for the rest of the week, the spring weather is expected to continue with highs in the 60s and maybe even some light rain this weekend. So just a heads up, ladies, you might want to save that flat iron for another weekend because the humidity is expected to be around 70%.
This has been a production of Texan TV News, a product of the Texan News Service from the Tarleton State University campus in Stephenville, Texas.
Watch us live on Apogee Channel 2.1 in the dorms at 12:30 weekdays. If you live off campus, tune in on Northland Cable Channel 9.
You can follow the Texan News Service on Facebook and Twitter, and check out our website at www.texannews.net for all of your latest local, state, national, and international news.
Today's broadcast was produced by Sydney Burns, Ariel Steele, Latricia Powell, Marquise Daughtery, and Rebecca Hernandez. Have a wonderful day, Texans.